So I'm here in Toronto, and Toronto is literally ground zero in Canada for normalizing mediocrity, from going from toques to turbans and turning the entire place into New India. Like, this city literally had more backlash and was more upset 3 weeks ago for the new general manager for some stupid hockey team than what is actually happening with the corrupt politicians and the leaders of the world that are driving the country into the third world. They're literally more upset about a general manager in a hockey team than what is happening to the country outside the arena. Like, this is what is going on in this country. Every time I go to Toronto, I feel like I get more and more upset about what I'm seeing, because it is literally the headwind for what is coming for the rest of the country. And I'm walking down Front Street this morning, going for my morning walk outside Union Station, and I'm looking around, and all I see is every color of Skittles except for white people. Every color, you name it, I can see them. Like, the third world is here and in full force. And when I do see a white person, they're fat, poorly dressed, or sleepwalking with their face in their phone. Nobody respects fat people. How are you ever going to take back the country and be respected if you are fat and shaped like a plum? Literally, it's as simple as that. Everybody around in this country is sick. They are dull. They have no life in their eyes. They're not even eyes wide open. They're not using their eyes to see what is going on in the country. It's gone. The ability to critically think and this reliance, this dependence on the government to come and save you is literally everywhere. And it's not ending anytime soon, because most people in this country live in an echo chamber. The retards on the left live in their echo chamber and hear their dumb shit. The people on the right, aka the Albertans, they live in their echo chamber and only hear the things that they want to hear. Nobody is down the middle. And the reality is, the country will continue to get worse, and people will not wake up until much further down the line when it actually starts affecting them. Most people don't mind the third world takeover. I get pissed off by it because I think of my future kids and my future family. I told this story many times. I was biking past school the other day on my bike ride down to the gym, and I looked at the school playground. People say that I'm weird for this. I don't think this is weird at all. You're weird for thinking that this is weird. I look at the school playground and I see 100 kids, right? And they're all tugging on the rope. You know how the kids, they have the rope so they don't lose any kids now, because God forbid kids have any accountability to not get lost. Remember, I had to have accountability when I was a kid, but not anymore. Accountability's gone. And every single kid of the, I'm going to guess 100 kids, 97, 98 of them were every color of the rainbow except for white. There was like 2 or 3 white kids, and there were 4 white women, liberal white women, at the front and the back that were the teachers. This is the future. And as the boomers die off, and the only remaining white people that are the boomers go away, you're going to get watered down more and more and more. And this is what the future looks like. And when I think of my kids in 10 to 20 years, they're going to be completely outnumbered. This is why I get so upset about this. A good friend of mine, again, high net worth and also a regular name in the NHL, good friend of mine, love the man with all my heart. This doesn't bother him. He said, I think it's not a problem. A lot of these people work hard. Yes, there are some immigrants that come in and that are working hard. But at the end of the day, this country was not settled by immigrants. It was settled by settlers. Immigrants come to something that pre-existed. Settlers come to something that does not exist. And those settlers were of Northern European descent with a specific religious background and a specific set of values. There's a reason it's Canada and not the USA 2.0. So if you change the entire demographic of the population, it's not Canada anymore. It's like if you plunk the entire Canadian population in North Korea, it's not North Korea anymore. It's something completely different. Right? And to bring it back to the people in this country, I was at dinner the other night, and I love eavesdropping. I love people watching. It's the most fascinating thing in the world, because I love just completely picking apart people that are plugged into society's lies, fat, and just sleepwalking through life. And there are these boomers, probably 65, 70 years old, having dinner, and they were all literally shaped like a plum, like a butternut squash shaped like a pear. And I'm eavesdropping in this conversation, and they're talking about how they had their 4 2020 you-know-whats. I don't want to say the word. I want to keep this channel up so I can try to help wake up more people, but the hoo-hoo-ha, you know what I'm talking about. And they're talking about how they're having health problems and things haven't ever been the same since, and that Trump is crazy and trying to turn Canada and Australia into Nazi Germany 1940 again, and I'm just shaking my head listening to this, because this is the logic of these people, and all I can think to myself is just some people are born to lose. Some people are just born to lose, and you can't have winners without losers. If you are 300 pounds, getting your fourth hoo-ho-ha-ha from the you-know-what of 2020, the pretend pandemic, the scandemic, and you can't open your eyes after what you have seen the past couple of years, especially in this country, it is over. And then you look at the future of things. I was on a train the other day, also having dinner, and this one gentleman sits down, go figure, he's fat, and he brings his son. And his son comes and sits down, probably 13, 14 years old, and he allows his son to come to dinner and sit down with these over-the-ear headphones on at dinner. You know what would have happened if this was 15 years ago and I showed up to dinner wearing over-the-ear headphones? My dad would have laid a can of whoop ass on me. Headphones off. Leave them in your room. This is family dinner time. But this kid has come out and he's listening to whatever he's listening to during dinner because he can't socialize, and go figure, the kid's just like sitting in the corner, just like tweaking out awkward and shit. I'm like, what? This is the future? This is great. This is the competition for my kids, but also this is the future of tomorrow that is happening in this country. Are you kidding me? My kids would beat the shit out of your kids. If I have a daughter, my daughter would beat the shit out of your son. Your son is so soft. And when I look ahead to the future and I see what is coming down the pipeline, things are not going to get better, right? This is my problem with a lot of the conservatives, and liberals are going to love this. Both sides are equally as retarded. The left side says we need more progressivism. No, we don't need more progressivism. We don't need any more progressing. We need to go back to what worked. Our ancestors had it locked down. White Canada was awful. No, it was fantastic. They had it locked down. Things were going smooth. We need to go back to what was working previously, not this new progressive, never-ending nothingness of equality. It sucks. No, we don't need to do this anymore. When I look at the future, things are not going to get better. Crime is going to continue to go up. The civil unrest is going to increase. And I look at that as, okay, if home invasions are going to continue growing, crime is going to continue growing, I can't rely on the government to come save me. This is why I've said before, Pierre Poilievre will not save you. Daniel Smith will not save you. Donald Trump will not save you. Kamala Harris will not save you. Mark Carney will not save you. Namid Nenshi, whatever the hell his name is, the NDP guy over in Alberta, I don't care. He will not save you. Nobody is coming to save your stupid, fat, overweight, obese ass in poorly fitted clothing. You and you only are going to save your own ass and your family. So what is my solution? Are you strong? Do you know how to fight? Are you lifting heavy things in the gym? Are you learning combat sports? I can't vote my way out. There is no political solution to what is going on in the country. But you know what I can do? I can get stronger and learn how to fight. Someone's going to say, Trav, what are you going to do if somebody pulls up on you with a knife? Very true. Do I like my chances better when I'm benching 135 and don't know how to fight? Or do I like my chances better when I'm benching 225 and I know how to fight? I know which one I'm picking every single time. You would be amazed. Now, for context, I'm 6'5", 240 pounds. And the looks that I get when I walk in the street, just minding my own business, 90% of people don't even want to look at me because they find me intimidating. And there's something, I've been trying to figure this out recently, because when I see a man who's taller than me, I saw a dude who was 7'2" the other day in Philadelphia, and there's this immediate biological reaction of fear, because when somebody's bigger than you, you don't want to mess with them. Even though I'm looking at this dude, and he's, again, very doughy, but he's 7'2", probably similar weight as me, but very doughy. And I'm thinking to myself, why is that? It's just biological. And so if you can become bigger, more muscular, you know how to fight, you're taller, etc., those people that are doing the home invasions, the carjackings, the crime, are probably going to say, you know what? Maybe we'll get the next guy. Let him go. The next guy will be an easier target. It is literally natural selection. Don't be the slowest. That's all you got to do. Don't be the slowest. Being the fastest helps, but don't be the slowest. Now, what about the future of Canada? Okay? Because when I look at the future of men, it is dark. Dark times are ahead in this country, and the future of men sucks. Because what do men know how to do today? Well, they know how to become good women. The women have become so masculinized, and literally alpha women everywhere that take charge and don't shut up. And then you have the men that are so soft. When I go out in public, it brings a tear to my eyes, metaphorically speaking, when I see these men getting ran by their woman, and the woman is just running the show. I saw a 4-year-old, literally, how do I even describe it? I'm at a hotel, not the hotel I'm at here in Toronto, but a different hotel. And there's this 4-year-old sitting on the couch across from me in the main lobby. Like, I'm on this couch, he's on the other couch. And the father comes down and says, hey, buddy, let's go. He says, no, I'm not going. I said, well, we got to go. We got to go get your mom a coffee. Well, I don't want to. I'm going to stay. Are you kidding me? Do you know what my dad would have done if that was me when I was 4 years old? I would have got a can of whoop ass right there on the couch, and I never would have done it again. And I'm telling you this because it happened. I witnessed a grown man negotiating with a 4-year-old after this. Well, if we go and get your mom a coffee, it'll make her really happy. No, I'm not going. Come on, buddy. I think it will really help make your mom happy, and also it just makes things easier if we go get your mom a coffee. I'm not going. This man is literally negotiating with a 4-year-old. You know what you do? Grab him by the shirt. We're going, whether you like it or not. And when I was a kid, it didn't matter if it was my dad or my mom. Both of them would have done that when I was 4 years old. We're going now. End of story. This is the future for men in the country. The men are soft. They're not strong. They don't know how to fight. They have no ability to use their own eyes and think for themselves, because at the end of the day, these women's protests for abortion, all the other nonsense that they care about, it's just an inconvenience. They shut down the roads. They protest for some BS that doesn't matter. Stolen land, FIFA, we can't have the games in stolen. We can have a stolen majority government, but we can't have anything happening on stolen land. Will you give back your own personal property? No, but we don't want stolen land because we've been brainwashed by the government. Anyway, I'm going to park that at the side. When I look at the future of Canada, you can't have a future unless you have kids coming. The new birth rates are in. The birth rates in Canada are 1.26 kids per woman. You know what that's really heavily bumped up by? My native ancestors. Yes. You know what the native population birth rate is? 2.4. Literally the sustaining rate. 2.4 versus 1.2. In British Columbia, where I live, it is 1. One woman gives you 1 kid. And you know the most alarming stat that I saw the other day? Because we love women's rights in Canada. This is the textbook definition of a female-first country. We are as feminist and as women's rights, pro-women's rights as we possibly can be for a country. Since the year 2000, right before I was born, do you know how many abortions there have been in Canada? 3.3 million abortions in this country. You know how many newborns there have been? 8.1 million. 25, a quarter of all babies in this country have been headshotted by their mother. Think about that. That is the future. We could have an entire generation out there helping fight the good fight to save this country and build a better future, a better tomorrow. But their mothers are too busy partying away their 20s, having endless fun, not even using safe protection, and then headshotting their future kids. It's oppressive. You don't want to be a mother your entire 20s. Don't get pregnant. Don't get pregnant. Just chase your career. Then at 30, fire sale. Anybody will do. I need to have kids. I've said this before. Any women 26 and above are recreational use only in this country because they are too old to mold. By 26 years old in this country, they've become so hardened by previous male experiences. And there's always going to be a hole that you just cannot fix and that you cannot fill that void. And then you wonder why they're so combative. The best experience that I've had with women are 25 and under, because you get them early enough when they're not traumatized and carrying all this baggage. For whatever reason, young men are the worst to deal with, but older men, as they become more seasoned, they get all this baggage and they just deal with it. I think women just table it and then they just like carry it around. It's like a chain link. And then so you have a woman at 30 carrying like 15 suitcases just tied together down the street. And that's what you have to deal with as a man. And that is what you're going to build a future family with. And then as she also becomes older, she's very familiar with family law and is going to run your stupid ass to the divorce machine. I saw a clip the other day of some dude going through family law system in Canada. And his woman is taking him for alimony, child support, etc., the whole 9 yards. And his argument to the judge, because he lost everything else, because no other logic prevailed, his final rebuttal: Your Honor, my ex-wife is dressing my son like a loser. He's trying to turn him into a woman. I think that I should have the full custody of the kids. You bet your ass you got nothing. This is the future. Headshotting your future kids from the women and being replaced by the third world. Endless money printing, devaluing the dollar. The debt system, the debt Ponzi will continue. They will inflate the debt obligations away. They will destroy and water down your quality of life, and it'll only rapidly increase. And by the time most people realize it, it's going to be too late. And that's the sad part. I am planning my exit. I am planning my strategy. I'm trying to stay as mobile and light as humanly possible. What is your strategy? If you enjoyed this political talk, become a channel member. It's 99 cents. Does anybody else on YouTube talk about this type of stuff? I haven't seen it. Support the content creation like this by becoming a channel member for 99 cents, and you get access to all my videos that are uploaded, scheduled, ready to go. You can watch them all right now. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon.